To give feedback on the Graduate School Research Degree Student Supervisor meeting record, the supervisor must first have logged into PebblePad. Once they have to be registered as a manager on the Atlas workspace. To access PebblePad, go to the intranet, then click on Resources and come down to select PebblePad. Click Login to Pebble Plus and log in with your Abertay ID and password. Once you've logged into PebblePad, what you need to do is to log a call with the IS Service Desk and ask them to add you as a manager to the Graduate School Research Degree Student Supervisor meeting record workspace. Once you've been added as the manager to the workspace, you can go into Atlas. You can either go into Atlas when you log in, or once you're in Pebble Plus, click on the Atlas icon. Then go to the workspaces you're managing. The one you want to go to look at is the Graduate School Research Degree Student Supervisor meeting record workspace. And then go to look at submissions. Once you find the workbook, click to open it. There will be a page for each month. Each month a new page will be added at the top. Students may choose to add their progress prior to January 2016, but it's only compulsory to use the workbook from January. Some students asked for sort of earlier months to be added, so that's why they're there. Click on the month you want to view. The format changed slightly in February. There are instructions for both students and staff at the top of the page, and note that once students have completed their record, it's their responsibility to email their supervisor to let them know it's ready for their comments. Students should enter the date of the meeting, they should list the names of those present at the meeting, and then they should enter the focus of the discussion, but also any agreed action points and plans for future development. They also need to enter the date of the next meeting. They can also upload files. In this instance the student hasn't, but you can view them here by clicking on the icon. Once you've read the student's account of the meeting, you can then give feedback. You can agree the meeting, or you can agree with comments below. Enter your comments in the assessor field here. This one's already been filled out. To release that feedback, you need to scroll to the bottom of the page and then click in Release Assessor Feedback and Save. That releases the feedback to the student. There are other more conversational ways that you can add feedback. You can add feedback to the page by clicking on the tick icon, and you can see that I've put some feedback in there. The student can reply to this if they want to. You can also add feedback to the whole workbook by clicking on the tick at the side here. And so here's some feedback that actually relates to the whole workbook. And here, acting as a student, I've replied to that too. Comments can be added to the page. Or comments can be added to the whole workbook. The difference between comments and feedback is that students can delete comments, but they can't delete feedback. If you want to check that you've released all feedback, go back to the submissions page. Here you can see that there's a submission where the feedback comment hasn't been released. Here it shows that all assessor fields have been released for the submission. To release this feedback, click beside the workbook and then click Manage Feedback. You can release feedback to the authors. If you'd released in some by mistake earlier, you can always recall it. So make the selection you want and then click Continue. Select the feedback that you want to submit and then release the feedback. Once you've saved your feedback, when the student goes in to have a look at their asset, they'll say feedback which has been added to the entire workbook. If they click on the page, they can see the feedback there too.